Hello, how you guys doing? James here. I wanted to say shout out to African Diaspora, and I wanted to Phil Scott and his business partner Kellen. Kellen. I was at the Black Expo today, and I'm gonna show you guys a video.
I saw my meal. Somebody picked up the chicken and I was late. So, no, another shot. Let us know what you're going to do and if it's going to make I saw my meal. Somebody picked up the chicken and I was late. So, no, another shot.
Sorry about the shot. I didn't realize. I saw my meal. Somebody picked up the chicken and I was late. So, no, another shot. Let us know what you're going to do and if it's... Sorry, my camera shot was too bad. It was kind of bad. Okay, sorry about the shots. But the guy in the blue, that's Phil's business partner. Only got the back side of him. Let me say that that guy was really, really nice. He was really, really down to earth. I think it's Kellen, Phil's business partner. He was really, really a gentleman. But I got this picture right here. It was kind of my look kind of rough there. Had my shirt on. It was cold out there. That's why I had the jogging shirt, and I was hoping I had my camera in my bag. But I want to send a shout out to the African Diaspora and Phil taking that picture. and I really, really admire his business partner. That guy is really, really smart. Kellen, Kellen, that guy he's a cool dude. I like him, man. Any question you have about traveling, business overseas, he's so down to earth. Phil is down to earth too. But I know Phil, he was pretty of a busy man because there was people all around Phil. But he took the time out to take a picture and said, hey, I just said, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. Scott. And he was really nice. He smiled. He was pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to talk with, Deetra or Vicky because they had people around them. There's a lot of people around them. And, if anybody of the subscribers ever see this video, I can't commend them much. If you ever meet them in person, and you meet his business partner, he's so down to earth. I was just really blown away that how down to earth he is, and he's very, very smart young man. I asked him about travel to Africa. I asked him about the visa process. Is it the thing with the ever since the 2020 juice and orange is it still going on? He said no, that's the way. And then I asked Kellen about what's the latest things about what Donald Trump is doing, and he put my mind to rest on a lot of things about traveling. And if you guys decide you should go with African Diaspora, if you get that trip to go to them, go with them over there, you're really nice. Phil is just such a down to earth dude. He was the one I wanted to meet of all the people. I mean, it was one well-known YouTuber. There was one guy I seen on YouTube. He was there, but he was in his own little world. Deetra was nice. She kind of, first she followed it because I was talking to Kellen. I said, no, that's all right, Miss Deetra. I said, nice to meet you. I didn't get a chance to really say nothing to Vicky. But Phil is an excellent guy. Once you meet him in person, he's right. He's right. When he said who he is, that's who he is. He's so down to earth. And even though I probably wasn't dressed was dressed down, really dressed down, the impact that his business partner had on me, and taking that time because they were very, very busy. They just get off the airplane, they about to go and get set up and speak at the tournament, at the Black Expo. And I know they must be tired, going from one event to another event. Then they got to probably go back home, back to where they come from. But I just want to send a shout out to them, African Diaspora, for coming to Columbus, Ohio, Black Expo, and I hope you come back when and get a chance to see you again. And Kellen, Bill's partner, I'm going to work on some financial funds to really try to take that trip to Africa, brother. What you've done is inspiring. It put hope in my eyes when you told me about the 80-year-old man and the woman, having this woman over there put for his wife. That was really inspiring story, bro. But it's not but love and positivity to you, and I hope you have a blessed trip over there, you and the diaspora crew, you and Phil Scott, and be safe over there. Safe travels, safe for your family. Be blessed. May God cover you. And I don't know if you ever get this video or one of your subscribers share this with you. Take care, bro. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking, because some people, even though they're on social media and they got this many views, and I've seen you come across people and you can just tell that they so used to having people come up to them and they just some people indignant because they used to be in front of the camera, or you get some people they just got a crappy personality, but Phil and his business partner, you good to go. You're good to go. And I really thank you. And Kellen, if you ever see this, your impression made me so well that when I left that Black Expo, there was a homeless man on the street, and all these people was passing him. And he had a sign out there. By your inspiration, I gave that man something. And some people, it was a whole lot of people. Nobody probably wouldn't pay attention looking at this man sitting on the sidewalk with a sign, and he was all scruffed up and everything. Looked like he was homeless. In fact, he probably was homeless. But I had so much joy in my heart, and I gave, because you know what? Sometime in the world, people look for people that kind of look down upon because of someone's appearance and what they look like. I didn't want to treat that man that he was invisible. And it's like when you took the time with me to answer my question, because maybe I probably wasn't up to dress par to some people, because I'm an unknown name on YouTube. But I just want to, if you ever get this video, and I pray that one of your subscribers do, man, you're a good dude, man, and I pray that God will bless you tremendously, keep blessing you, your family, Phil, you too, Phil Scott too, and his company. And hey, man, hey, I never met some of those down to earth guys in my life. We very seldom have people here in Columbus down to earth. And shout out to the dude from the man that you took time out, the brother that went to Ghana, from New Orleans, that he has property up here in Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to him. He answered my questions about things. I hope that we kind of he got my phone number, and to tell me more about traveling to the continent of Africa, and I got a passport, but I just just a matter of putting the funds and everything together. But that was some good advice about what he told me to connect with you, Kellen, on getting like a trip over there. And if I don't make it this year, but hopefully I can make it next year over there, if I miss this time, because I know you guys have so many slots. But I really, 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 really thank you. You just don't know, man. Sometimes there's a lot of people out in this world that some people overlook. But God's gonna bless you even more, because you're the type of guy that you see what most people don't see. You take time out, and I'm so glad to see a man that has built up something successful, never let it get to his head. And with all that you got, you're so humble and grateful, and I know God's gonna bless you and your family. I pray that He bless you with good health and your finances increase. Same, all y'all. I hope stay where you at, bro. And stay, hope you stay healthy. He was here or anywhere. But I just want to shout out and let you say, blessed to you, brother, for acknowledging me. That's what matters. Because that you did that, I did that to somebody that need to see that they was accounted for. And it was a man sitting out there on the sidewalk. He was holding the sign. He looked scruffed up, and people just walking past him on the way in that Black Expo. But I was so happy to see African Diaspora getting to meet Phil and you, Kellen. It put it on my heart that I feel like I wanted to give to someone who's less fortunate and invisible to the society than me. So I pray that this message, someone who come across this message, get to African Diaspora, Phil Scott and his business partner, and James Thomas. I'm the one that took the picture with you, Phil, if you remember. I'll probably be in a better clothes next time, you know. And I'm sorry about the video quality on the phone. I was just so happy and just so late. I should have kept it up. Whatever. Trying to get more. I need to pay attention to my editing skills when I get out there and start filming again. And everybody was so wonderful. I mean, particularly Kellen and that man from the Louisiana, New Orleans. And I thank him for just taking his time out to talk with me and had questions. I opened up about I've been around people from different parts of the continent of Africa because I went to church, you know, and so I have a good idea. You know, I've been around people that came from Latin America, and God laid it on my heart to go into the church and fellowship with them, so and to get accustomed to their ways, their actions. So that probably kind of touched that brother, because you know, not too many of us Americans don't have time to get to know somebody. You got some small-minded people. You know, we come from towns and cities that everybody worry about their block and who they associate, who they know, and who don't fit into this certain category or they click. But see, there's people like myself that are what will remain to stay outside the clique. So I just want to shout out to you, brother. You know, you, Kellen, Phil, business partner. Thank you for answering my questions. Thank you for taking your time. Thank you for being so down to earth. Thank you, Phil, for taking the picture. I know you was tired. You're trying to get to that back. Thank you for taking time out to take the picture with me. I really appreciate it. And y'all made my day. I was by myself. I didn't have no friends, no family at the Black Expo. And just I'm a stranger, and I don't have a wife and kids, and like I was telling the brother, I'm in my mid-50s. But when Kellen told me about that guy in his 80s finding his wife, that really gave me some hope that he found love at 80-something years old. And I'm like, wow, you know, I'm thinking at my age it's like, you know, at 50-something. But thank you, Kellen, for telling me that story. Yeah, you gave me hope, bro. You gave me hope. Big up and big positive. You know, sometimes we don't have time to be positive to each other over social media network. But everything went well at the Black Expo. The young people did their thing. They sing, they dance. There was very limited food trucks. There was some food there. You had to come out your money with some of the food vendors. I mean, because it was a lot. It was peaceful. It was police around. Nation of Islam was around. Security, like, yeah, they weren't playing. No one did act a fool in there, and it was down to earth. People got along, man. You know, you would think that black people can't come. That's a lie. Because at that Black Expo, it was family oriented. Ain't nobody looking at somebody, some young people fighting, going, look at some other group of young people fighting, and whatever. It was nothing like that. It was all positive. It was, people did, they danced, they had a fashion show, they, young people danced. They did a great job. Like I said, some people sung songs. But I just wanted to say, again, you never know. And I hope y'all stay humble. Phil, keep being who you are. Kellen, keep being who you are. Because God's going to keep blessing you on the way. And when you come to the least, He rewards you with the best. Just remember that. Sometimes people don't know what you have done just by you taking time out to talk with somebody. And I was kind of nervous approaching Phil, because he's like one of the big YouTubers. African Diaspora on would have made some subs on YouTube. And but I appreciate his down to earthness. Some people let this stuff get to their head, like a movie star or something. But he was so down to earth. I was like, wow, do people really existed? So I hope they see his videos. Shout out to you. Thank you. The Black Expo was something this year. It was kind of cool out there. The weather was cool. The vibe was kind of nice. And I was really looking for it because at first I didn't know they were coming. I found out they were at the other end of the place. Because I was at the main center where they have all the acts at, where they had all the fashion shows up. I start looking around, where is the African Diaspora people at? Where is Vicky Dillard and Deetra, and where's Phil? I'm looking for them. And so when I was about ready to leave, and it was God told me turn around, and that's when I saw Phil. He was dressed up in a nice suit, real representative. Vicky was dressed up. Deetra was dressed up. Kellen was just laid back, and he was real cool. I think he had some headphones on or something, but he was really nice. And that's a smart man. He's very, very intelligent, businessman. I don't. He could be a millionaire for all I know, but you would never think that if he is. I would never think that he acted like that. I would never know because he was so down to earth, reachable, talkable. Some people don't do that. Some people got an attitude because they think that you beneath them because you ain't got some kind of clothes they don't wear. You never know. And I tell you, y'all gonna be blessed because if an angel came at what I look like, you would have passed that test in heaven. And a lot of people would have flunked that test that was around you. Put it to you that way. Because they were so into themselves. But shout out to African Diaspora. Be safe on your travels over in Africa. Hope everything go well. But hopefully I can get over next and able to get over there and travel with that group. And I thank the guy from New Orleans again for giving me information and hope and giving me an idea about what is it like and what is it like on the ground on the continent of Africa. A lot of positivity, a lot of positive things, realistic things, positivity things. And he told me how they both stressed that you can't rush things like you do over here in America. Everything goes at a certain pace. So I said, hey man, I'm a kind of dude. It's just like I ain't no typical idiot that think that it's got to be done for me right away. Or I'm gonna cuss you out if it ain't my way. I'm not that kind of person. I'm really cool, laid back. I'm not a punk, but I just like being a laid back person, and I get along with people. So I think I pray that God would bless me the chance to go over there, good health and finances to go over there. Because if that happens, I definitely want to go just to visit, see one time. And I heard about how wonderful it is over there in certain places, certain countries in Africa. So again, I didn't want to make this video this long. Shout out to them. It's all positive. So much positivity that came out of that. And I hope they had the state church back because it's Saturday night, so they probably on their way back to Texas or wherever they come from. But everybody was cool. It was worth it. I was about to give up and just say, man, they didn't come because I was just looking just to meet them, just to say, hey, hi, I like your show. That's all what it was, And just when I left, I said, hey man, you take care, Kellen. He has some people, and he just said, much love to you. So hope to see you in November. Hopefully I can get some travel branch in November. But stay blessed, bro. You and Phil, stay blessed, and your crew. Take care, and you and your families, you're a blessing. And keep on being who you are. God's going to take you even further than what you can even imagine. And that's one brother. And shout out to the brother that y'all both was giving me insight, even to the guy who was in Little from Louisiana. Hope everything he have a safe trip back too. All right then, take care, be blessed. See you on the next video.